Hey guys, Gemaniac back again, bringing you another video. Now today we have an article by DW. Germany weighs allowing foreign citizens into the army. Wow, talk about stupid. By Zach Krellin, a senior lawmaker has told DW a potential scheme could include people not just from the current EU members, but also from the Canada countries and provide a quicker path to German citizenship. So, if you don't know, they want more people in the army because they're predicting a war in the next 8 years, and because nobody wants to join an army that is so. We won't get into it. That is so cringe. Let's just say that they can't get recruits. Nobody wants to fight and die for Ukraine. Nobody wants to go fight these foreign wars. Nobody wants to get sent to the Middle East to go die against some Houthis. Nobody wants to do this anymore. People aren't falling for the same thing that they were 10, 20, 30 years ago. It's like, sorry, but who are you trying to recruit? Oh, that's right. They're trying to recruit foreigners now because the nation's army can't even do what the nation wants. And that's the thing. It's like, who's this army for? Because if the army is then full of foreigners, it doesn't seem like it's for the German people, which isn't that what it's supposed to be for? It's supposed to be there to try and uphold German interest. But people are seeing that, the army is so dear. Well, the army, the politicians, the entire government is so disconnected from the people itself that they need to get someone else who isn't even a citizen to go die for their interest, not our interest, their interest. A proposal to allow foreign citizens to serve in the German army, known as the Bundeswehr, could be extended to Europeans in countries outside of the EU. So, not even outside of the EU. Maybe we should get some Chinese. Maybe we should get some Russians. Great idea. There's a lot of Indians. Maybe the entire army should be completely Indian, led by an Indian. Led by the Germanized Vivek Ramaswamy. There you go. How perfect. No citizenship needed, although, of course. You can command troops to go, Germans to go die in battle, but you don't have to be one to be able to do that. Sounds great. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius had initially put forward the idea of welcoming non-Germans to enlist in order to combat a drastic shortage of personnel. Or maybe you should make it more enticing, or maybe you should change how you display yourself. Like the entire part of the army is supposed to be, well, part of people who join the army is supposed to be like nationalistic. In Germany, yeah, you are, you're curb stomped for being nationalistic these days and patriotic. So yeah, no, there's no wonder there's a shortage. In addition to Pistorius from the Social Democrats, the idea has also received support from lawmakers belonging to one of its two coalition partners, the FDP plus the CDU. However, questions remain about how such a plan would be implemented. By the way, they also wanted to re-implement, what do you call it, conscription and drafting. So, what the hell is that on the screen? That's weird. Anyone see that thumbs up that was just on? Maybe that's like some sort of whatever. Anyway, so they wanted to re-implement like conscription or something as well, which is like, no, you know, piss off. No one wants to be conscripted or drafted. Like, we got better things to do than to go die in the Middle East. Anyway, the FDP members Marie Agnes, God, get a shorter name, woman, who chairs the German Parliament's Defense Committee, told DW that she can envision opening up the German army to candidates from across the continent. Of course she could. She said candidates could initially come from the EU as well as countries like the UK, a former EU member, as well as neutral Switzerland, but there is also scope beyond these countries. I think that Europe also needs to be considered further, namely those who live in European states but which do not yet belong to the European Union, but which may well be in accession negotiations, Strack told Dina Hassa. What does that mean? So are they thinking like a Finland or or I think Sweden's up for joining. I don't want it to tie it down like that because it has to be legally scrutinized. She added, bolder, bigger, and more European. Strag Zimmerman called on lawmakers to think a little bolder and bigger and more European. Hilarious. They're like, think more European. We need foreigners in the army. So which one is it? We're already working towards the goal of having a European army in the long term, she said. Of course, so that you can send. God, this is ridiculous. What a power grab. So that you can send, let's say, French to go enforce terrible laws in Germany, and then you don't feel anything for these people. Imagine having a nation of foreigners locking you down because they just don't feel anything for their people. They just like completely foreign. The army tells them, "Hey, look, uh, they're not allowed to leave the house. Take away the human rights, blah, blah, blah." Obviously, I'm talking in extremes, but that's honestly how it is. I think a population would be much less, open to authoritarianism if it's a foreign population to someone else and not their own. And that's the thing; it's not their own. So you would get the Russians to rule over the other ethnicity, and you would feel less for it. How could you not? They're not your people. You don't care. If you were enforcing laws on your own mother or something, or your own cousins, then yeah, you'd probably be like, "Hey, I'm not going to do this shit." She appointed to German armies cooperating closely with his counterparts in France and the Netherlands, and that's why, in the long term, if you think in a European way, it can no longer matter what nationality a soldier has within this European framework. She told DW, and there she is. Great. I'm sure she's yeah, I'm sure she engaged in combat, and she's a perfect fit for the military. Christ. Beyond Europe, Strag Zimmerman said the ability to enlist in the German army could even be extended to NATO, but added that this would be dependent on political development in individual member countries like the US and Canada. So it's just a straight up NATO military, it's not German. United States and Canada are not German. A spokesperson for the Bundeswehr told DW that the proposal is not about filling gaps with foreigners. It literally is. It's about it's literally about getting the numbers, but rather an open discussion led by historians about the future of the armed forces. Yeah, the future is that they can't get native-born people to join because it's not enticing. Allowing EU citizens to serve in the armed forces is not a new issue, the spokesperson added. There are actually exceptional cases for soldiers where there is an official need. Yeah, there is a need because once again, nobody wants to fucking join. An opportunity for residents in German. Allowing people from other nationalities to serve in the Bundeswehr could also open the doors for many people who were born and raised in Germany, but who do not hold German citizenship, Strack Zimmerman noted. For example, here in Dusseldorf, she said, referring to her hometown, there are more than 10,000 Greeks living here in Dusseldorf. So many young people in the second or third generations, who, although they may have never been in Germany for so long, still have the Greek passport because of emotion, because of whatever reason. It's none of our business. It's none of our business. So, yeah, imagine joining the military and they're like, so why aren't you actually like officially a German? It's actually none of your business. What? What the hell are you talking about? When you join the armed forces, they want to know everything about you. Imagine going to the recruitment center and they're like, okay, well, can you tell us a bit about your history? Um, no, that's an invasion of privacy. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? What a dumb article. Holy crap. If someone says, I mean, it's not a dumb article. I mean, thank God. Like, I'm glad they're reporting on it, but like, Zimmerman, like, go jump off a bridge. If someone says, I can imagine myself joining the Bundeswehr, then I think we should look into this possibility, she said. Well, go become a citizen then. That's it. And honestly, if you join the Bundeswehr, you should only be German. That's it. Like, I was thinking of joining like every. I was thinking of joining an Australian military years ago when I got the German citizenship. I'm like, oh, I could join the German military. Not that I actually want to, but obviously it's like passing thought. But if you honestly think about it, you are fighting for one country. You cannot have two masters. You either fight for our country, you're either loyal to one, or you're loyal to none. That's it. You can only be loyal to one. If someone says, I can imagine joining myself, and once again, we just went through that. And if they want a German passport having served in the army, then we should look at the possibility that they get one quicker than others. Ugh. War ready within 8 years. Germany's defense minister said the army should be ready for war within 5 to 8 years. Fantastic. Strag Zimmerman believes boosting army personnel to the required level is feasible within this period, but I'm leaning more towards 5 rather than 8, she added. That means there's quite a bit of pressure. There's no question about that. Thank God I'll be like out of the age range to get drafted if they do something like this. After Russia's full-scale war of invasion of Ukraine in 2022, European countries have had to rethink their defense strategies. The fact that the Baltic states are also thinking about really building bulwarks on the Russian border shows how serious this is, she added. Yeah, because they're going to invade, because Russia's going to invade the Baltic states and then get their entire shit pushed in by NATO. They can't take on Ukraine, but they want to take on the entirety of NATO. Give me a break. What is this thing that's coming up near my head? It's like a thumbs up. What the? I don't know if you guys can see it, but anyway, what's this? Show additional content? Anyway, what a load of crap. That's it for this one, but talk about pathetic. The military's so pathetic, so weak that they need to get people who aren't even German to join it because Germans don't want to join this demoralizing, cool belts at least, demoralizing institution, which is like, yeah, we're really bad. We can't have nationalism or patriotism because that's really evil. By the way, can you please go die for us in Ukraine? Please? Pretty please? Yeah, that's stupid and also piss off. Anyway, that's it for today's video. That's it for today. I don't think I'll do another video. I'll do another tomorrow. But if you like the video, like, follow, subscribe. Also on Rumble and YouTube. So check me out on all those. And I'll see you next time.